So, you would think that the block comes out and everybody's hyped, everybody's like, woo, block, block. Yeah, kind of the opposite. I can understand a few of the complaints that people have. I think there's also a few clarifications that we have to make, and I thought I was done with the first block video, but apparently there's still a lot of stuff that is unclear. Let's jump right into it. Again. Okay, so let's get with the first question, how to actually get your credit code for this challenge. Because you obviously need a credit code, you need to submit it, we'll come to that in a second, to the discovery form. However, you need a credit code for this. If you don't have one, you can go on the FORTNITE Creative Discord. They actually posted it yesterday on Twitter as well, but you can go on the FORTNITE Creative Discord and you can go into the creator announcements. In the creator announcements, there is going to be a full blog post which will show you every single step that you have to do to get a credit code. But basically what you need to do is you need to have photos of your creations. I think that does not need to be like a blog post. It can be basically any good creations. They just need to see that you're actually a good creator, that you're a valid creator, and then they will give you or try to give you a code. You have to DM one of these three people over here. And you also need to be able to have a Hyperwallet account. I think if you're underage, you probably might have to ask your parents for that. But you obviously need to be able to earn money with your supporter credit card. That is probably the only thing that is a little bit tricky in this situation. But other than that, this is probably the easiest way, as already said in the first video, to get a credit code. So if you don't have one, if you really want to get one, then please do it with the instruction of this blog post. Obviously, link everything in the description so you can find it very easily. Finally, get your credit codes. The next one is how to submit your map. Actually, if you actually got a credit code, if you have finished the map, and there is a pretty easy answer to it. You go to this discovery submission form, and there is a new tab which is called Go to the Block Submissions. And if you click here, you can see all of your block submissions or all of your things that you created. You can see that I don't have any published yet, but they will show up in here just like with the normal submissions. So you can see here that all of my maps that are ever created are in here, and I could technically submit them to the discovery form. And that's the same way how it works with the block templates. You will have these block templates down here, and then you can basically just submit them to the block. Okay, so next question that I saw quite a lot in the comments are you allowed to do chests in this block, or should you do chests? No, you do not do any devices which obviously chests relate to, because chests, as you might know, are under the devices category. So you can see them right here. Chests are here, so no devices obviously means also no chests. You don't have to place any chests like in the old blocks, none of that. Some people also had problems building inside of the block with the galleries that are available. For that, you might need to set the block to locked instead of edible. I think this is the default that comes with this. But you need to set it for locked for whatever reason, and then you can build inside of it. And yes, you're only allowed to build with the stuff from the block filters. And I know a lot of people complain about it and say there's not a lot of props, the walls are all the same, it just looks boring. Well, I agree with you, there's not a lot of stuff in this gallery which you can do, especially if you're not allowed to use build to prop, but it is a challenge of this whole thing. And I actually quite like this challenge because it actually challenges your creativity instead of just having to just do anything that you want. You can probably improve a lot more in Fortnite Creative and like learn something new with this challenge instead of having you to build whatever you want. Also, that doesn't mean that in the future we're gonna only get blocks like this. I could even imagine that we're gonna get a block for each and every single one of the locations in Fortnite, or a few of them. And then we have to create different styles of these locations. The reality forest, however it's called, like we could have like more of a nature style theme there, or like as already said in the block, we have more of like a building style. Another thing which I saw quite often that is so unfair, that there's going to be a voting. All of the people that are voting are going to vote for the bigger creators. First of all, Epic is choosing the blocks that are coming. There's like up to 3 blocks per location, and these are chosen by Epic. So first of all, if Epic doesn't choose any big creators, then it doesn't, there's no one to vote for that is famous. However, for example, if someone that is famous gets chosen, the person has to be insanely huge to manipulate the entire Fortnite community. We're talking about millions of players. And I don't think there's any person that is actually building in creative that is that huge that could manipulate this big of an audience. So I personally think the voting system will not be that big of a problem. The only problem that I could personally see is that people get harassed over bad blocks or something. But I think that is something that you have to deal anyways with if you do something in Fortnite. So over that, overall, I actually think that the block is a great thing and not a bad thing. Yes, the galleries are pretty limited, and yes, some of the rules could be clarified a little bit better. But overall, I think this block is even better than the first one, where people could just freely create whatever, and then only one block was chosen, and that block was staying there for like 2 or 3 weeks. While here, there's a lot of people which can get on the Fortnite map, can actually have their Fortnite creative creations in the Fortnite BR game, which is a huge thing for every creator. And that hopefully wraps it up for this block. Hopefully we don't have to talk about the block anymore unless there's coming a new block in a new location. So with that being said, hope you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you now have every clarification that you need, and I will see you guys back in the next one. Bye.